what I want to do now is I want to look at what the trend is doing overall. So the first thing I'm going to do is identify, well, this is my trend line here, okay, that I've just highlighted. There's my overall trend line. And I want to see what is that trend line doing from the start to the finish. So I'm going to locate the starting point there. So that's in 1990, and that is around about 9.5 million square kilometres of ice. Okay, so there's my first point. So that's my starting point. I'm going to say it's approximately 9.5 million square kilometres as my starting point. Then I'm going to find my ending point. So that's my point down here at the end. And if I track that one along, that's going to be around about, I'm going to say 8.5 million square kilometres. Okay, so now I've got that, and I think, well, what direction is that line headed in? Is it going upwards? Is it staying stable? Or is it heading down? What's the general direction? And I would say general direction, it's slowly going down. Okay, so there's the one there, and I'm going to put slowly going down. So now I need to turn that into a sentence. Okay, so I'm going to start with an I notice statement. So I notice that the overall trend, I'm saying what it is that I'm doing, I'm talking about the overall trend of area of sea ice, I'm defining my variable, in the Antarctic. Okay, so I've said it's an overall trend, and I'm talking about the area of the sea ice, so I'm defining that variable, is slowly decreasing from 1990 to the end point, which is 2012. And I can see it, so there's what I've noticed, and now I'm going to put the evidence for this. In 1990, the average trend is around 9.5 million square kilometres of sea ice, while by 2012 this average trend has reduced, something that's going down, reduced slowly to around 8.5 million square kilometres. Okay, so there's my different components. I've got the overall trend, I've got my variable, I've said it's slowly decreasing, and I've given the years. I've been specific with my evidence then. I've said at the start, this is the value at the start, and by the end, this is the value at the end. So that is my overall trend statement.